Hello stars, welcome to Star 11 Tarot. Today I will be doing a February weekly love forecast for the sign of Aquarius. Most of the readings will be in sequence from week to week, some will not. If a reading seems a little out of place for you, it's because that reading is resonating with someone else in need of a message for that particular week. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, I'll be reading 2 cards for each week of the month. Some of the readings may be occurring presently. Some of them will go well into March, but tarot can be off a few weeks related to timing. Okay, so I apologize for being about a week late. You may be experiencing the energies from this week already because it's ending, or you could have experienced it the week before. So again, it just depends, that sometimes it just flows into one another as far as this timing goes. So maybe you haven't experienced this yet. Okay, so for week 1, all right, well, you have death and the Page of Swords. Death and the Page of Swords. So for this week, now remember this is weekly, so it doesn't mean that this is how it's just going to be. This week feels like an ending in communications, or maybe the transformation of the page, in which you officially learned and experienced something with someone that's given insight of who they actually are. And this is like, if this is the ending of the Page of Swords, then this is almost like maturity, or a graduation of sorts, from this Page of Swords energy. So instead of holding on to a situation, I believe that you're in movement. You're searching for the next best thing. It's also, this, it's kind of cliche, this phrase is, when you know what you don't want, then you know what you do want. Okay, so and this could also signify possibly that there was an ending due to a very heated argument. The Page of Swords can be a little sharp, with their communication. Sometimes their communication can be a bit harsh if we're just speaking on communication terms. So that's why I'm saying possibly that if this were the case, maybe some harsh words were spoken, and that's why there was an ending to this cycle here for this week. Or again, you've had lessons to where now you've graduated or matured past this Page of Swords energy. You are now in movement because you've seen things for how they are. You've come to accept what it is. Not saying you're okay with it, but you are accepting this situation here. And now you know that changes are needed. Changes are needed. So that's what you're doing this week. Week 2, you have Judgment and the 7 of Cups. Judgment and the 7 of Cups. So the Judgment card, this is a big decision. This is a major arcana, which is, this signifies a big event or a big change in your life. And Judgment is also karmic. So this is something that, you have the control to decide, well, what are you going to do? What's your judgment going to be about this situation? This is an internal conflict with Judgment. It's about taking a stand. There's clearness and confidence in your decision making. So once you've reached this point, it's pretty solid. Like, which way, regardless of the path, what you're going to expect when you choose path A or when you choose path B. Once you get to Judgment, there's a lot of clarity. And again, it's a big decision. And I think you realize that as far as this 7 of Cups, because this is about dreams and choices, or maybe your head might be in the clouds. This is also fantasy and expectations. So this to me, with this pairing, feels more like an awakening for you of sorts. You know, again, this combo can go either way. The deciding factor on your judgment and this awakening is all about the dynamic of your current relationship. So it depends on who wants what. If I choose A, then this is how it's going to be. And I know this already. If I choose B, then this is how it's going to go. And I know this already. So you're trying to make a change here from this Seven of Cups, because this is representing something that you don't have yet. Again, this is fantasy, this is illusion, or these are choices, expectations, dreams. You don't have any of these things yet. They have not materialized for you. So the judgment in this case is, what can you do, or what needs to be done to bring this to a reality? And for some of you, you know that this actually won't materialize for some. Some of you already know this, in which in this case, you're making a judgment to, again, decide on your path. That's what this week is all about. Big decisions in your relationship, getting what you want. And if you don't get what you want, you're either leaving or you'll just be okay with the way things are, which I doubt that's, the case for some of you, So this is a strong week here, week 2. Week 3, you have the King of Cups and the Four of Swords. I've been getting a lot of breaks this week with people. I feel like this King of Swords is all about having emotional wisdom and how you handle things and having control over how you express yourself. Again, this is having high emotional intelligence is what the King of Cups represents. One of the things he represents. And with the Four of Swords, I think you're recovering from something, or you're deciding to take a break. This combination to me means that maybe you've been holding back on being expressive. If you haven't, then you probably will decide to hold back. And also you're in the process of healing from some emotional hurt, which is pushing you. Once you're healed, if you haven't gotten to that point yet, once you've healed, then you will reach this King of Cups state. Once you've taken this break for healing and reflection and meditation, or whatever it is that you need, then you will find yourself in this King of Cups state. So the good thing about this is that you are actually in the process of trying to get over something. You're trying to heal from something. Now, this could be from this person here this week that may be popping up, or this could be from a situation in your past that you've had some, awakening about that. Like, perhaps the reason I'm having some issues, if you are, you may not, but if you're having any type of issues in your current relationship or relationships with people, then maybe there was some sort of realization that, wow, I think that given the things that has happened to me in the past, this is why I'm this way today. Or maybe this is why I attract the people that I'm attracting in today. And so with that, you've now gained some more wisdom as far as emotionally how you need to handle yourself and handle other people. So it can actually go back. That can actually go back, and maybe the realization comes this week for week 3. Okay, so week 4, you have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Seven of Swords, Eight of Wands. The Seven of Swords is a weird, tricky card, because the main way that people look at this, it's all about, first of all, it's all about paying attention to your surroundings, being aware, paying attention to your surroundings. The Seven of Swords signifies sneaking away, deception, leaving, moving, avoiding responsibilities. This card is the card of theft in the tarot. I'm just giving you a few of the meanings. I don't think there's theft here, but I'm just giving you a few of the meanings. This can also be spying, dishonesty, and cutting losses. So there's a possibility that, and also the eight, with the eight, I feel like you guys may be trying to get past. I said the Eight of Wands and I meant the Eight of Cups. I think you guys are trying to get past, hold on, because I'm actually thinking about this in a different way now that I feel like what's happening here is I thought I had one idea, but I really feel like what's happened is you may be getting news of with the Eight of Wands, because the Eight of Wands is about news. It's swiftness. It's something coming in very, very swiftly. I feel like what's happened here is that you guys may be learning of some deception. You're getting some sort of news that's coming in, typically through email, text message. It's usually sent electronically, the news for the Eight of Wands. I feel like you're being made aware of some deception with your person this week. So I don't know if maybe you were actually doing the spying yourself, because originally I was thinking that maybe this person has been spying. But I feel like if there's any of that going on, I actually think maybe you guys have been doing your own investigations regarding this person. And if you have, then you will be receiving some information about some deception that this person may have been a part of, possibly. Or maybe you guys are thinking about leaving this situation and you want to just get out and leave quickly. Because again, it's about these eights or movement, rapid movement. Sevens also sneaking away. So maybe you guys are in the process of trying to leave and you're ready to leave like yesterday. That is also, I mean, because it's like a catalyst. These eights are powerful, they're strong, they are fast. And once they're in motion, once the eights are in motion, it's constant. It just takes off. It takes off. That's the energy behind these eights. So another thing is with the seven, I'll say it could also be trying to take advantage of others. So you could look, I mean, that is, you can look at that as a possible situation this week too. I mean, maybe you've again learned some news about this person that perhaps they're trying to take advantage of you, or maybe you've learned about that this person has been playing mind games. You know, you've learned about these things. Now, another way I can look at this that may be positive is, yes, this does signify sneaking, sneaking around. But on a lighter note, you could be made aware of maybe your partner has been trying to plan something for you. You know, whether it's a party or, a surprise dinner or something like that, because that's still sneaking. It is still sneaking, but they're not doing anything that's deceptive. So maybe you guys have stumbled upon an email or a text message or something where this person has possibly been trying to make reservations to surprise you or something to that degree. So we can also look at it like that as well. It doesn't have to always be doom and gloom all the time. There's a possibility that maybe there's a good surprise that's going to come out of this. But if not, then yes, you guys are being made aware of some sort of deception, something that's gone on that either you've had an inkling about, which is possibly why you've been doing your own investigation. You're going to find out about that, and it's going to come in through some sort of electronic means. Okay? Okay, guys, I like to thank you all for watching. Um, I think there's a lot of improvements that's going to happen here for Aquarius. I really do. I do think things are going to get better. And I see that you've put in work to make that happen, or you're trying to. Okay. So until next time, keep shining. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all again very soon. Goodbye.